We return. Dozen dupes. Exploratory ladder. Bedrooms. A few crab. I'll let time start flowing. Slowly. The new power room. An extension of as next power come online. Popped eardrums. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. 44 kilograms of carbon. I wonder if the walls will burst eventually. How's morale looking? Could be worse. Your build is in a great mood. Alright, so current task. Building updated power. Let's see. Water generators online. Or water generator, oxygen generators online. What's in here? Oxygen. What's in here? Natural gas. We have oxygen. We have power. Right, I was gonna warm this up so I could put a carbon sink down here. It's down here is 15 degrees, too cold for any carbon sinks. That's what these are for. Every time they come down here, they pop their eardrums. I haven't put suits over here yet. Three should be enough. I need to bring oxygen to them. I'm out of sandstone. I've been feeding it to the dogs. Right, other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to warm up the bedrooms. The easiest way I think to do that is grab one of these. Make it out of steel. Easiest way to get water into here. Nope, not currently any water anywhere near here. We could do that. Yeah, let's do that. Ability, Tapidizer, there. You cost an entire watt. So this will be conductive wire. Or kilowatt. This could be some more sandstone. What else can I feed the dogs? Pretty much only eat sandstone. Sedimentary rock. Okay, I could do that too. There's room for one more. I could do a third one of these. We're having a good time. There's a few crab. Bottom of the actual base, the carbon gets eaten by all the oxyfur we have hanging out. You would think this massive amount of carbon would... carbon does sink. So... okay. I think there'd be so much of it, it would ooze up. Free steel. Yeah, I'll take it. Never turn that down. Oh, they can't get over there, that's why. How long until you turn back on? Soon. That free gold. It's hot. It's 3,000 degrees, but it's free. Did I have any goals in place? Are we actually low on oxygen? Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Polluted oxygen, stank air. Gets brought over here. Comes up to the volcano, warms up a little bit. It's idle right now. And you spit out natural gas through a tube, though. No, no, you don't. You put out carbon dioxide just passively. Oh, I put the algae terrariums down to make more piss. Right. I didn't put that there for the carbon. I put that there for the piss. Oh well. Alright, this is a priority task. Hey, Miss Misty. A 30 stream streak. Oh. Oh, Misty. Speed Racer up to 13 athleticism. 170% run speed. There's a potato just sitting here. Oh, I have a whole box of potatoes. Actual food, quite a bit less. But at least our food supply is happening. Not frozen anymore. Yeah, over half of our food supply is just potatoes. And I don't have any more oxyfern to throw down at the moment. Okay, so you're gonna be the same as this, so when you sense piss here, just pump this out of here over here. I need to somehow get you here. How are you gonna make this journey? They've already built some of these pipes. Impressive, guys. Okay, this could be gross, but this is doable. Cut right through here. Bridge the gap this way and there. There. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to work. I mean, the plant that makes the fiber for the clothes that we wear is in the septic tank. We have 47 tons of coal down here. We have a backlog of natural gas. We're not consuming power fast enough. Space heaters are in. That's good. They're made of steel, so I can really crank these up. I can warm up down here at all. I can put carbon skimmers down here. It's already warm enough now I can get a skimmer in there. Good. Carbon skimmer here and here. And then a sieve goes... Dang it. I didn't leave enough room for it. Alright. Let's deconstruct you. I'm gonna put you one step over. Put it in the middle. This'll also be gross, but it'll work. Top priority, guys. Oh, I didn't even need to add... Hey, never mind. Cosmonaut, you're on it. With your popped eardrums of 5 kilograms of carbon. 56 kilograms of carbon pressure. This is like being at the bottom of the ocean right now, pressure-wise. Well, you still don't fit. Alright, you also have to move over. At this point, I'm just curious if if air pressure can break walls. And with this fitting, that means I actually made this absolutely perfect. Hell yeah. Alright, so the way this has to work for it to be two-sided, because we have one of these... That's for the piss. Yeah, right here. Skimmer in the main base. It's a closed loop here. I think it's strong enough to run 2 of these at once. So water goes in. I want to insulate this pipe. I have no idea what that buzzing sound is. The water comes out. It comes out of the carbon skimmer. Piss. This goes into the sieve. Water comes out. And then once this is built, all I have to do is introduce some water into this. I guess it would be best to have a pair of these guys going, so if one gets buried, the other one can dig it out. They also would dig it out twice as fast. Consideration for future setups. Once I get this running and that's cleared this backlog, I could pop a hole in this and let the carbon out. Water is going to the oxyferm, but that water is coming from the septic tank. That's not water, that's ethanol. I only need a little bit of water and it'll stay in a closed loop. There. I just don't connect that until I get this toggleable. Alright, and... Alright, you guys are online. Good. You look like this side. Natural gas turns on, releases carbon into the atmosphere. Spit drops piss. Goes through the meshes into the piss tank. When the piss tank gets this high, this will turn on, kick the piss back up. Same thing over here. I need to then, now that it's right, now that we're ready to receive the natural gas, we need to clean this out and build the chamber around it. Alright, this is built. I should put automation in here so that this isn't just... I want this to boil the water. Liquid. I want it to sense the water. Doing it this way also means I need a pump in here as well. Unless I'm going to grab water from elsewhere, bring it all the way up, heat it up, and move it around. There is some salt over here. I could just use this salt water. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. I don't see a way to sense the temperature of the water. I think this is all in pipes. I guess another way to do it. So I'm gonna have the salt water come through tubes. Bring it up here, have it heat up, have the salt water go through the hot reservoir of water. Warm up heat up the salt water, and then drag the salt water through the apartment complex. It'll lose its heat, and then it comes back up and does it again. Once this is cleared out, I can seal it off. And what do I do to stop you from running nonstop? I could not automate it. I could just put a switch. I could also have it run and say when the apartments are warmed up, you can stop running. When this cools down, this will start to heat the water up again. It's going to take a long time to heat this up. This will work. I will tell it when to run and when to stop. Sand. 3 tons of sand. Well, it was out of order. Oh, these are backed up because of this. This got confused. Fine then, you get your own. You get your own one there. That's fine. You're not gonna run often. Hey. Why is there water on the floor? Who did this? How is there water on the floor? Where did water come from? Oh, I guess this pipe I cut had water in it. No, that's a different kind of water. Alright, this is ready to run. Alright. And what's the temperature down here? Toasty. Guys, these 12 duplicates. I don't usually run this many duplicates at once. They're really getting stuff done. Well, not over here because I didn't tell them to dig that out. So now they can go this way. That was my bad, guys. Water is ready to come into the thing. I don't want to overload this. And there's enough to run both of these, but not back the line. Like now. Okay, they're both running. And you're going to routinely need sand to actually do the sieve. There might be a little too much water in this. We'll come back to this later, see if this worked out. But these guys are going to be very busy. There's a lot of carbon to skim. Godspeed, gentlemen. Now you. Okay, you're clean. There, we're going to get water into this by heating up thermal plating. Just let it fall in. This way I control exactly how much is in there. Now, the conductive piping. I need to turn at just one of these. This one's hitting a full 1,000. When you're running, you're hitting a full 1,000, which... I can dial you back. Oh, so also, in between streams today, I went and did my laundry, and the convenience store had a new monster I haven't seen before. It's purple. Ultra Wild Passion. It's quite good. Shoes. I need to turn one of you into a inductive wiring center. Which is trickier than it should be, because... Can I run conductive through a power transformer? No, limited to 1,000. This can only hold 2. There must be a third tier of wire. This one's bigger. That's the thing. This is designed for that kind. Could run the big wire up, start wrapping it around. Eventually, as I redo it, I'll respace these out. So yes, do that. You go there. Put the main wire up the wall. I want to turn you into the fancy wire. Everything you are... running on. You can't streamline... Oop, no, don't do that. You can't streamline the wire bridge. That's unfortunate. You're really bad at this, huh? It's just a wire bridge. What are you doing? Speed Racer. Alright, Speed Racer is very fast. He'll get there. At his own pace. Right, the second one we're decommissioning. That happens to be the one pointed right at it. Yeah. It's like I planned it all along. You love when things work out? The compost heaps at least they generate heat, so there's some heat being generated there. Alright, that's not going to work until I dig this out. Try to get all this salt water. The salt water is being turned into water, so my salt water idea is not going to work. Unless I tell it to cut it out, but that's fine. Little by little, kick the salt out. Now a vacuum. You guys did it. The two of you destroyed all of that carbon. Alright, time to drop an airflow tile right here. And over here too, I guess. Release the 70 kilograms. I kind of want to know if the walls will explode from pressure. One sink at a time. We'll take care of the carbon sink. Yeah, don't do that. I don't want the stank to come down. If we do this, we can just dig that and this carbon will fall in this way. Why aren't you getting any power? Probably prioritize this, huh? It's like cut a main power supply. The tepidizer can wait a little bit. don't turn on the tepidizer until there's water in there to warm up. This is all to actually let you guys sleep in a warm room. And I guess I could actually put the checkpoint in, huh? Might help. Yeah, this checkpoint was necessary because of the volcano, which apparently is not going to be idle for long. There were complications with the volcano before. Big natural gas backlog. Yeah, we have reasons to use a lot of power now. This I could just streamline, just throw down the big one and change that one out when I'm ready to add more to this line. Yeah, because I'm out of piss. There'll be no more wood until I get more piss. But they were making progress over here. That's good. I'd like to get this going before this thing turns back on and we waste any more, but... Oh, you. I didn't even notice you. Whoop, my bad. Free copper. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Right, one of you is to heat up the reservoir. One of you is to heat up the septic tank. Every time I get enough lime, I may as well do that. There's basic wire on here. Missed a spot. At least it allows inline upgrading it in the first place. Rather than make you tear it all down, then rebuild it. There. If food ever does become low, meat is on the menu. Alright, they're getting back to work on this. Good. Alright, the carbon is sinking through the air holes. Drop. Make a second one of those. Alright, they made both of them, so it's now siphoning carbon from the natural gas and the coal. If they ever get ahead of that, which I don't think they will, which means 78 kilograms of pressure. Yeah, the basement warmed up. That's nice. No power yet. Okay, there's still some more power lines they're working on. They do have to come all the way out here to get the gold. Guess I could bring the gold inside. You just designate one of you guys to be the metal box. Put it right here so that one of my logistical dupes will just grab it, put it in here. At least they don't have to go outside. And when I eventually do get Atmos suits in here, they don't have to put them on just to go grab the gold. Just because there's not a checkpoint, you could put the suit on, my man. This little tube here, shaped like this, is keeping a lot of the carbon down here. Preventing it all from sinking right in. As the gross stuff, everything bad for you except for hydrogen will get trapped here. And hydrogen won't sink. So nothing bad will actually get in the base from the outdoors, just with this shape. Oh, the polluted dirt is coming from this. Yeah, you're making all the... The ethanol distiller creates stool. The same stuff that was created in the outhouse. Master Chef. Using a grill to pickle something. Truly impressive. Alright, this has been made. Let's bring our refined metal of gold right here. Now my logistical dupes go grab this. One more spot, guys. You're almost there. I gotta be careful, though. In 0.7 cycles, I wouldn't want them to go grab the gold, actually. Yeah, now that it's all in here, bring it down to 1. I don't want them running into the erupting volcano to grab it. That might not be good. In fact, maybe we put a door on here so we don't have a repeat of last time. And we just lock it. We unlock it when it's cooled down. Just like that, the gold is used. Alright, you now have power. I can make salt water. Like, I also have some frozen piss. Got that over here. I don't have a reservoir for salt yet. Could make one over here. The joke of this planet of having trees everywhere, but trees require quite a bit of warmth to grow. Lock this, please. This doesn't take the buffer into account. More oxygen than I could use. Producing more we're buffering hydrogen as well. Just not using a lot of power. This looks very... I wouldn't say this looks very safe. Suppose if I moved you over one, I could put one on each side for you. Oh well. I can also put it behind you. Let's do that. Put this here, I can go 3 by 2. It's already cooling down. The gold volcano, not nearly as intense as minor volcano. Alright, it's actually kept up with all of this. You two are kicking ass. Alright, let's pop this open. Whoever does this is not going to enjoy themselves here. Carbon skimmer is so powerful. Okay. If it is natural gas. This comes through here. If it's natural gas, it goes up here. If not, it just spits it out right here. Didn't actually finish building you there. Okay. Hey, suits are happening now. Alright. But whoever does this will be fine. Wait. Oh, yeah, there's no suits going on to here. Whoops. 20 kilograms of pressure. Greatest challenge yet. So once we get this power going, our next goal would be, I guess, just an excavation. Go west. L5 will start digging. I don't have eyes on anything. Well, the next thing I'd want to start maybe looking for is oil. We can try to start processing that. That's not oil, that's liquid carbon dioxide. So cold, it's liquid carbon dioxide. Solid oil. Okay, there is some oil over here. It's just frozen. Very frozen. I'll take a couple cat eggs. The dining hall, which is just infested with cats. What were we playing, Misty? Where I was talking about gifting you a cat every week, twice a week? You'll love it. All their body temperatures are low. Oh, because there's no heater in here. Fix that. Base heater's at 23 degrees. It has a lot to work with. Fighting really hard. The heater in the dining hall is 250 degrees. And then I need to start running the piping without it looking god-awful. I actually need to pop this open. I should lay the piping in here before I start melting it. Okay, that was yours melting. Hold on. There's warm up over here by all the wiring to melt the piss ice. Plumbing, radiant, gold. I want it to very quickly heat up. There. Do that. Yeah, run the piping first. I guess I could put back wall on it if I... It's fine. It should be fine. A small area should heat up quickly. I'll get the water up to like 150 degrees or something. I don't think I have any current leads where to go. I'm not interested in this stuff because I don't know how it works and no idea. Something about a passcode. This is a thing of brains. We're here to build. We're not here for lore. But what is this? Pajamas. I'm really curious about this. Like, almost like it was like a magma vent that froze over. Lead, carbon, solid oil. We should dig down. Look for oil. Once this is done. Alright, this is back. Piping is in. I'll get the water in there. It does start warming it up. I'll worry about the piping in a little bit. The builders have things to do. Oh no. It got cold enough down here to burst a pipe? Too hot or too cold? Too cold. Because I melted that frozen piss. The area down in the industrial zone is too cold. I'm not running the smelter. Fix that. That's neat. I didn't know you could use wood here instead. That's good. Charcoal. That makes sense. Someone wants to fix this? It's down to only 5K. Wow. These two are amazing. The freezing point of piss is lower than that of water, so when the piss comes in... The freezing point of water is lower than that of piss. So piss comes in liquid, comes out the same temperature, suddenly it is now frozen. That's what's happening here. Good, man? Old man, what's wrong? I'm using the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. I'm heating up the reservoir. Gotta heat up the septic tank. One space heater is a lot of work to do. Godspeed. Oak's gross. Finish. Oh, that's why it was one of these. I didn't have this when I made it, I'm sure. Water's going in at 70. So it should be alright now. Yeah, this has really heated up the septic tank. That should do a lot of work. Pardon me. This is actually unreachable. Of course it is. Right, because these things can spit 500 in a single go. So if it leaves 500, go ahead and turn on. You can't get in there. No one can. I do this, though. Pop open the floor, build it, and put it back. Alright, things are looking good. As I dig out more, the air pressure will equalize for the excess, but there shouldn't be excess too much. Oh, here it comes. Oh, I didn't finish. Right. I tore that down. That brought the pipe with it. Whoops. Days go by quickly. They take a really long time to starve. It's fine. Hmm. For now, I should... Or if this is just where I dig, this is fine. I'll just keep this tunnel going. You know, we need to dig south anyway. Looking for gold. Well, black gold. Looking for oil. Digging south will fix that problem on its own. Exploratory tunnel. Alright, I can set my attention... I'm not going to set my attentions really up here yet until... We need to get water in here. It will require melting this ice. Space heater is on the job. Oh no, my Nosh bean has decayed. Yeah, it's how beautiful this tube can work. Little swoop. 1 degree up here. Little chilly. Little parts of the base I haven't allocated for any use yet. Yeah, it's impossible to keep this place warmed up. Or get this place warmed up. We'll continue to burrow out the surrounding area around the main hub. Collect these resources as we go. die for that pocket of oxygen. Good. Finally. Nicely done. I eventually will want to build an airlock out this corner too. Polluted water vent wouldn't be terrible since I actually am in need of more piss. The one thing I found of water, I'm using directly for oxygen. Especially since when I found it, by the time I got this thing set up, it went dormant. Another oxyfern. Congratulations. Nothing around. It's just more chlorine. The toilet does produce small amounts of sewage. You take the water, take your piss, you run it through the sieve, you send it right back into the toilet system. Some excess ends up in here. Alright, that's starting to look good. Let's begin this. Come out here. You come this way. Insulated. It's like having an old school radiator. This will put some heat at least into the apartment complex. My people might be a little happier ever if they can sleep in above 0 degree temperature. And once you come through here, you don't have to be insulated anymore. Oh, there's some more bedrooms. Never mind. There. And then all I need is a valve. That sits there. Some of this regular water can come this way into the valve, and as I need water, I can call for it like this. Good. By the time this is all built, this could be full. Alright, looking good. Alright, the carbon that comes up here is overpressured. This carbon is just being eaten by oxyferns and falling into the death pit for carbon. You need to go on a journey. Like that. Free omelets. Print some lunch. First time we're seeing omelets. Yeah, put that in the fridge. No oil. We dig this way, maybe we'll see something. If not, we keep going. We go south. We dig to hell. That wasn't enough to fill it. They're working on it. Alright, then the next project, once this is online, will be rewiring. I'd like to add a party room. The duplicants are doing a good job. This actually looks almost perfect for another one of these, if I so desired. Coal is still going up. That's good. We're getting enough other power. We're not relying entirely on coal. This would be a good good place for a break room. Like, party room. Hot tub. I don't know about hot tub and cold room. I don't know how I would do that. Water must be a comfortable temperature. Keeps them feeling deliciously warm. I do have the ability to make hot water nearby. Never made a hot tub. They could surf onto the reservoir that's heating the hot tub, adjacent to the party zone. We're gonna make a hell of a break room. Just above the critter over the hallway. Storage room that is just overtaken by crab. I'll cut this wire when we make this exit, but for now, I never want any of the exits to interlap, because then this stuff gets really confusing for the duplicants. There's more than one way to grab the Atmos suits. Momentary interruption. Alright, I'm back. Oh, the phone call from my son. He was very excited to show me that he was eating an apple. Doesn't take much oxygen to keep your dupes happy. Or, like, healthy, alive. Like, I have 4 vents, one in each corner of the room, and that's it. I have a lot pumping into it, but still just... Oh, he's calling back. 2-year-old that can work a video call is... I think it's impressive. Free gold. Speaking of free gold, you erupt tomorrow. We'll dive in there and collect all of this gold after. Done erupting. That's enough to start heating it up. Okay. You probably get some water in there. This thing's gonna heat up quick, huh? It doesn't know what direction to go. Alright, this kind of thing tends to get it to fix itself. I could borrow any one of my builders. There. Doing that tends to help pipes understand the direction it's supposed to go. How much water do I want in here? I guess... if I had smaller things of water, it would heat faster, but... let's see how this goes. For now, that much? The water is, at the moment, going in at 62. Coming out I could probably fit one more thing of ice in there. Need to be careful not to let this reach over 200. You want to boil the water off. Alright, so after it's done a whole loop, going in at 50. Coming out at 90. Alright, now that's temperature. And it loses about 6 per bedroom. Which means these top bedrooms are going to get very hot. These, not so much. It could stand to allow more water into this. long as there is a singular tile of open space, it can run as a circuit. Not quite sure how I would do this to more evenly heat. I still keep it as a circuit. That should be good. Man, this thing really works for the temperature, for what it costs. This thing is incredible. Been on for like part of a day. It's already heated up to near boiling. Apparently there's a target temperature. This thing will turn off on its own. What part of this says there's a target temperature? Okay, there. Okay. Alright, you guys have burrowed out here. Need some zombies. More liquid carbon. No oil. Alright, east wasn't doing it. Or west wasn't going it. Let's go east. Oh wait. Another natural gas geyser. I should tap into that. Fortunately, it's close enough I can just have it join this guy. It doesn't need its own powers. It doesn't need its own crazy supply of anything. This can run on this. And what is in this area I can build with? Igneous. Very standard, seems way kind of deal to do this. Works just fine. What? One moment.